Hello everyone, I'm Brian Croy Dragon, and welcome to Cinderella Phenomenon. This is a free visual novel you can get off of Steam. That's round fairy tale themed. Let's get started. Sure. Welcome to the tutorial. A quick run through of the shortcuts and functions of Cinderella Phenomenon. To advance through text, click the spacebar or enter. Should you miss a line or two while reading, you can always click the back button in the quick menu that is located on the upper right hand corner of the text box. There is a limited amount of lines you can roll back to when you use this function. The shortcut for this function is PG up. For the lines you have already seen, you can click the skip button to toggle the activation of skip mode. The keyboard shortcut for this function is tab or holding control. For the best experience, you may activate auto forward mode. It could also be deactivated when you advance the text manually. The text speed and time for the delay may be adjusted through settings. In-game menus, which consist of settings and save files, can be accessed by clicking on the glass slipper or simply pressing right-click. In the settings menu, you can customize your reading experience. You can also enable or disable full screen mode in the right choice indicator. This is also where you can customize the skip mode function. The settings mode lets you adjust the text speed and the time auto forward mode takes before displaying the next line. Last but not least, you can also adjust the volume. You can have up to 72 save files in the save menu. They can be loaded even while playing the story in case you need to recall the events or reconsider your choices. That concludes the tutorial. Enjoy the Cinderella Phenomenon experience. Once upon a time, in a kingdom far, far away, there were two crystals. One was the Crystum Lucis, protected by the ruler of the fairies. The other was the Crystallum Tenebrarum, which was watched over by the high leader of the witches. The Lucis was sustained by love, happiness, and joy. The Tenebrarum by fear, anger, and hatred. The fairies and witches lived in harmony with the humans of the kingdom. They regulated the powers of the crystals in order to maintain balance between darkness and light. For there can be no joy without sadness, no courage without fear. The kingdom was at peace for a time. Then one day, a traveling bard decided to write stories, tales of the magic and wonders of the kingdom. He named these stories fairy tales. In fairy tales, the light always emerged victorious, and true love was a usual reward. The fairy tale spread further than could have been predicted. The humans of the kingdom began to believe that fairy tales were true, and that the magic of the witches was inherently wicked and cruel. The witches became hated and feared. Eventually they were hunted like animals. The witch hunt. The high leader of the witches, in all of her anger, created the fairy tale curse. You think we are wicked? So be it. Just as you have taken our happily ever afters, we shall take yours. The witches used the fairy tale curse to attack humans indiscriminately, ultimately throwing the kingdom into chaos and darkness. The ruler of the fairies, the Lucis bearer, sought to regain peace. But the witches were blind by their hatred for humans, who were responsible for the witch genocide. A terrible war, the Great War, began. Eventually, Lieutenant Brorum Bearer, the High Leader of the Witches, was finally defeated. Lieutenant Brorum was lost. Oh, hold on a moment. It's nothing. Peace was restored and light once again triumphed. But darkness can never fully disappear. It was in the shadows, patient for when its time will inevitably return. Okay, so this is the canon name, but keeping with my Shakespeare theme for naming characters, let's take a look here. Okay, name picked. This name comes from The Tempest. Prologue, Ice Princess. My name is Miranda Riella Breton, daughter of King Gennaro Breton III. I am the Crown Princess of Anguille. At least that was who I used to be. But that was before yesterday, when I became a victim of the infamous fairy tale curse. Everyone has forgotten my birthright. Now I am nothing more than a lonely peasant. I feel like I am stuck in a nightmare. But no, this is my reality now. I still have no idea what I must do to break the curse. I close my eyes and remember that day. It had started out like any other day. Have you heard? Another person was cursed. I am on my way to the dining hall for breakfast when I stop and listen to the sound of hushed voices. There were two maids standing next to each other with brooms in hand. These two are slacking off again. That's terrible. What fairy tale curse was it? They say it was Pinocchio. Pinocchio, the fairy tale with the lying boy whose nose grows longer? That's awful. You know, more and more people have been getting cursed lately. You think those wicked This one again. You think those wicked witches are up to something again? I thought the fairy tale curse would stop after you-know-who was defeated. Voldemort? You two were hired to work, not talk. We're sorry, Your Highness. That could only be expected from the likes of them. Another fairy tale curse. The fairy tale curse started spreading even before the Great War began. I do not have much interest in its effects even now. After all, most humans probably deserve to get cursed. The victims are weak. Mignon would be better off without the dead rate. If it were up to Muller, the curse would have been banished from Anguille the instant they fell prey to it. But Muller is not here anymore, and she will not come back ever. Princess, the King and Queen are waiting in the dining hall. I am on my way. The King, Ophelia, and Rod are all present in the dining hall. Someone is conspicuously missing, but I ignore their absence. Good morning, Miranda. Good morning, Your Majesty. Good morning, Miranda. Miranda? Ophelia. Ophelia Windensolf. Every day I wonder why my father, the king, married a lonely baker. She could never be a true queen, for she pales in comparison to Mother. I take my next seat to the... This one again. I take my seat next to the king, then look up at the person sitting opposite me. Rod Benedict Windensolf, my stepbrother, is bored and quiet as usual. He is 2 years my junior, and is the youngest of Ophelia's children. He is mute and uses a plush bunny to voice his thoughts. It was apparently given to him by a fairy. He minds his own business and is easy to deal with. But his older sister, my eyes go to the empty seat beside him. She is probably the most infuriating person I have ever had the displeasure of knowing. I'm so sorry I'm late. I was reading and forgot the time. And here she is. Good morning, dear father, mother. Good morning, Rod. And good morning to you too, Miranda. It's a beautiful morning, isn't it? How do you even pronounce that? Emmeline Windensov, Rod's elder sister and my stepsister. She acts as if we are blood, as if she too were born a princess. As if she could be crown princess, perhaps steal my place. I will never let that happen. Now let... Wrong voice. Now that everyone is here, let us begin. Butlers glide inside with silver trays to carefully serve us breakfast. So, Emma Legny, you were reading the fairy tale books that the king brought you? Oh yes, there are so many, and they are all so wonderful. Thank you so much, Father. I am happy that you like them. I love them. It's so strange that the library didn't have any of them to begin with. That is because Mother hated them. She had all the books burned. But why? They are such charming stories. Fairy tales mislead humans into believing they can have things they do not deserve. Fame, riches, love, happily ever afters. And when their wishes do not come to fruition exactly as they want them to, the humans blame the witches for granting them in the first place. What are you implying about the witches, Miranda? The atmosphere shifts and the... Let's try that again. The atmosphere shifts, the air in the room growing heavy. I continue to read. Perhaps witches are not responsible for the evil in this world. Perhaps humans are the cause of their own downfall. Have you any idea what you are talking about, child? Witches have caused nothing but pain and suffering to this kingdom. Even now, they still spread the fairy tale curse to our innocent subjects. The truth is, I know very little about the time the witches had free reign over Angel. I was very young then, and Mother forbade me to leave the palace, sometimes even the room. This one again, sometimes even my room. I know nothing of the people's supposed pain and suffering. Mother kept me away from everyone, and so I cannot bring myself to care. How do you know the cursed are innocent? Our people have been toiling day and night to rebuild Angel after the Great War. Our people are the kingdom's foundation, and I am endlessly grateful for their determination and resolve. Every day I would have what your mother taught you about. Leave Mother out of this. Dear, please. Miranda, darling, your father didn't mean to. I am not one of your children. Ophelia, I do not need your sympathy. Miranda, you will show your mother respect. She is not my mother. I set down my fork and knife and stand up. I am done, excuse me. My father and I have never gotten on. This one again. My father and I have never got on, but our relationship has significantly worsened since he married the baker. My father, the king, it has been 17 years and I have never felt any love from him. I'm fine. He treats Emmelegny and Rod, who only entered our life 1 year ago, like his own children. Better than he has ever treated me. This has been my life ever since Muller passed away 4 years ago. Muller was the only one that was there for me when no one else was. If it wasn't for the accident during the Great War, she would still be here. Why the sour face so early in the morning, Princess? Let me guess, it's the King, the Queen, or Princess Emmelegny? Or is it all of them? I ignore his question. Fritz, what are you doing here so early? I'm running some errands for my father. Fitzgerald Aidan Leverton, son of the highest knight of the Order of Caldera. His father, Sir Alcaster, has served the royal family for many years. Sir Alcaster is one of the king's most trusted advisors. 3 years ago, Fritz was assigned the honor of becoming my personal knight. His presence is the only company I can Let's try that again. His presence is the only company I can tolerate nowadays. You should wait in the throne room then. Thank you. Princess? Yes? You know, I haven't seen you smile once since I met you. Why is that of any importance? Still, I do hope to see you smile one day, Princess. Well, I won't take up more of your time. I'll see you at 10. 10? Don't tell me you've forgotten. Forgotten what? You're going to town today, remember? I deflate as the realization dawns upon me. It has been 2 days since the king issued the order. Miranda, I would like you to accompany Emmelegny on one of her town outings. Surely you could send Mace with her instead. I would not have requested you to accompany her if I was going to send her with her maids. I want you to make an effort to get along with your sister. Stepsister. She is your sister, and you will treat her and Rod as if they were of your blood. 2 days from now, you are going to accompany Emmelegny outside. It has been 4 years since you last left the palace. Ever since then, you have locked yourself away. You barely leave your room. Angiel was in the grip of war back then, but now the kingdom is safe, and back to its former glory. I want you to see how beautiful Angiel really is. Miranda, a princess must know her kingdom. Go with Emmelegny, and she will show you the town that you only ever see through your windows. It's not an order, if it needs to be. Are we clear? Miranda? Understood. The last time I left the palace was 4 years ago, when the king took me with him to check on the people after the Great War had ended. Okay, this music's a bit loud. Let's see here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, maybe that will be better. I shake my head, removing myself from the memory. I am safe here. Princess, are you alright? It won't be that bad. The townsfolk are good people. How can you be so sure? Times have changed. People change. That is precisely the problem. Mother never changed. Mother loved me until the end. Sometimes change is for the better, Princess. I think you'll see that today. If you'll excuse me, I'll see you later. Delora, do you think witches are capable of bringing back the dead? I wish you could talk to me, you and the others. My dolls are my only friends. They are the only ones I can trust. Unlike humans, they will never betray me. They will never hurt me. They will always be there for me. The moment I saw Delora, I knew she was special. She was different, so elegant and realistic. It was almost as if she was breathing. She was a gift from the king on my 17th birthday. I only started receiving dolls from him when Mother passed away. Mother does not believe in birthday celebrations, but every year at midnight a letter would appear under my door. It would contain instructions, leading me through the palace on an adventure to a room filled with gifts, cakes, and sweets. A child's dream. I've been fascinated by the dolls, which held a little greeting card. A card with the words, I love you, on it, signed by M. The card would tell me to keep those celebrations a special secret, but I didn't need to be told that. Mother always found a way to show me she still cared, in her own way. The secret celebrations had stopped as soon as she had disappeared. Yes? Excuse me, Your Highness, the king has requested your presence. This better not be another lecture. Tell him I am on my way. I will see you later, Delora. Oh, good morning, Your Highness. Sir Methros? Sir Methros, the royal advisor. Fuller trusted him a great deal, just like he did Sir Alcaster. Every day you look more and more like your mother. I sometimes find Sir Methros talking to Mother's portrait when he thinks no one is looking. He must have admired her a lot, but I cannot bring myself to think highly of him. There is something about him that puts me on edge. Are you on your way to see the king? I shall not keep you then. Until our next meeting, dear princess. Yeah, I've played 3 routes of this game already. I know things. Your Majesty? Miranda, are you ready? You will enjoy this, Miranda. I heard the toy shop has lovely dolls. This will be good for you. You will get to know your sister better, and you will be able to interact with and learn about the people of Engiel, about our subjects. I will not learn anything I do not already know. Why do you always believe that the people around you are incapable of good? Because I have seen how quickly people will betray and manipulate each other to get what they want. Mother warned me about human nature. You do not see clearly, Miranda. If you would only open your eyes, you would be able to see how good people really are. I believe I am already quite capable of seeing the true nature of people. After all, I have seen that there is no good in you. Miranda, Where were you when I needed you 4 years ago? Where have you been ever since? Back then I had been overflowing with grief and pain. I just lost Mother, my entire world. I'd hoped that maybe then you would have shown me love and compassion. Even just a hug to let me know someone was there. It had been a childish hope. I had been left alone. I did not see him for months. I barely even heard his voice. You cannot rely on anyone but yourself. You cannot trust anyone but yourself. This is what you have taught me, Your Majesty. I know that I've hurt you. I know that there is nothing I can do to atone for what I did. But please, Ophelia and her children are not part of that. They do not deserve to be hated. And they still matter more to him than I ever did. Miranda! Enough. I have already said I will go. Everyone is waiting outside. I shudder at the thought of leaving the palace after so many years. Miranda, it will be okay. How can you be so sure? Thank you for agreeing to accompany Emalegni. I will not disobey an order from the king. Excuse me. Hello, how can I help? Okay, I'll try to pronounce that name. Viorica. Emalegni, I mean Princess Emalegni, how good to see you. Oh god, I've only got a lot of strain going on my voice right now. I trailed Emalegni, ignoring her as she embraces her friend. I glance around the small shop. The dolls displayed are nowhere near the quality of the ones in my room. I cannot understand why Emalegni insisted she buy gifts for her friends here. I cannot believe I am outside the palace. There's no need to be so tense, Princess. I would never let anything happen to you. Your only job is to relax and enjoy yourself. You ask the impossible of me. There is no need to be so formal, Viorica. I'm still the same as I was. Oh yes, Maud's come along as well. It's been a while, Viorica. It's good to see you again too, Rod. And I must introduce you to Her Highness, the Crown Princess Miranda. The look on Viorica's face as she takes a step back from me is all too familiar. Fear. My apologies for being so rude, Your Highness. Good morning. And this is Sir Fitzgerald, Sir Alcaster's son. It's a pleasure. Long voice. It's a pleasure to meet you, my lady. Oh, you're Sir Fitzgerald? You really are as handsome as Emalegni described in her letters. I'm sorry? Please, don't mind her, Sir Fitzgerald. I'm sorry, Emalegni? Right. Ha 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 ha. So, what brings you all the way here? Oh, I'm here to get some toys, gifts for some new friends. Toys from here, are you sure? Of course I am. I cross my arms. I would prefer we finish this errand as quickly as possible. Yes, of course. I'm sorry, Your Highness. Princess. I can barely breathe in here. I just want to go back to the palace. Well, this is as good a time to stop. Son of a no! Stop, mute. What the hell? Stop, no, I did not get... No! I had a video exporting. Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed right now. Roundstone, this is a good place to stop for today. Not exactly a change of location, but still, it's a good place to stop. I'm Brian Croy Dragon signing out. Stay shui.